And go ahead, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Chair Faccarini and board members and Chief Stubbs for the opportunity to present before you today. I wish to express my gratitude for the Ottawa Police Service's diligent efforts on two critical matters that have a significant impact on the residents that I represent. I'd like to begin by extending my appreciation for the unwavering dedication exhibited by our valiant police officers. Their commitment to upholding public order and safety in our community is commendable, and they routinely undertake personal risks to safeguard the well-being of Ottawa citizens. As highlighted in my previous address on October 21st of 23, the issue of stunt driving has reached alarming levels in Barrhaven. My recent discussions with residents at the Rutherford Grand, which is a senior living community in Barrhaven located immediately beside the pit lane at the RioCan complex, has underscored the severity of the situation. The nightly occurrences of stunt racing and its associated disturbances are a major concern, particularly along Longfields Drive, Strandhurst, Jockvale, and Fallowfield roads. In recognition of the OPS Residents Matter enforcement team's recent initiatives in Barrhaven, I am encouraged by the results of their targeted enforcement blitz. The operation led to 56 provincial offenses encompassing charges for stunt driving, speeding violations, improper lighting, failure to display proper plates, and distracted driving. This proactive approach is a step in the right direction. However, the residents of Barrhaven and broader Ottawa area require further action. Echoing my sentiments from October, I'm committed to collaborating with the Ottawa Police Service to advocate for the modernization of the Highway Traffic Act. A comprehensive overhaul is necessary, with particular emphasis on three key areas. First, enhancing the penalties for stunt driving. Second, intensifying the sentencing for repeat stunt driving offenders. And three, integrating new technologies to detect and deal with vehicle noises that upset peaceful neighborhoods. Additionally, on this subject, I'd like to know how the new focus of downtown operations highlighted in the recent media reports will affect the presence of officers in the suburbs. This is not at all to diminish the importance of the work being done downtown, but the reality about policing in the suburbs, which is still relevant. Lastly, I'd like to thank the OPS for their tactful and successful strategy in resolving the 10-week unauthorized encampment at the University of Ottawa. This issue could not have been peacefully resolved without the effective coordination between OPS, the University of Ottawa, and its security services. Thank you for doing that work and for making our city safer as a result. I think as a city, we can all come together to agree that the fact that you were able to bring this unfortunate chapter to a close peacefully is a considerable relief. Looking ahead, I'm eager to maintain a productive partnership with Chief Stubbs and the newly appointed South District Inspector Lemieux. Our focus will be on the proactive allocation of police resources, ensuring that our municipal budgets can meet the forthcoming challenges and championing changes to legislation to further deter stunt racing. I appreciate your attention to these matters, and I anticipate our continued collaboration to address the pressing concerns of the residents of Barrhaven. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hill. I see we have Member Curry. Hands up.
Thanks, Councillor Hill. I'm getting a lot of emails from people saying that they want the program that you have in their area as well. So what I'm hearing from you is you think it's been quite successful so far, yes. And number two, I would say, is there data that you're getting that you're sharing with your residents as to exactly what's happening, and then potentially comparing that to what was prior? Like, do you have that level of data to say prior to this program, we had this, this is what we did. And then like, is there a research component to this?
So there absolutely is, and I think that's one of the strongest components of this program is that after the blitz operation takes place, I've received, I think, 3 times now a detailed update with the number of charges laid, and the commentaries on exactly what the operation was, and I do share that with my residents, and we can compare that to weeks previous and to what it means, and I'll tell you, the residents notice it, they appreciate it, and I would be happy to share any further information on that with you as well.
Thanks. I'm just thinking about the reports I've gotten. I can't remember if I'm getting that through council or I'm getting them in our reports here, but I have seen it. I just wonder, so you are then redistributing that to your community, and the community is continuing to participate. Wow.
100%.
That's great. Thank you for coming and explaining it to everybody, because I think we get the inside scoop, but thanks for coming and telling us.
My pleasure. Have a nice day. Thank you.
We'll see if there's any other questions or comments. Chief, do you want to take this opportunity and maybe speak about sort of the rollout of the inspectors at various areas and how councillors now will have direct access to an inspector for issues and sort of that increase in communication? It might not be a bad opportunity to speak about that.
Right. Thank you, Chair. And thank you, Councillor Hill, for your comments. Yeah, our new district policing model, and at the beginning of May, we launched a pilot. We won't be ready to roll out the full district model until January of 2026, but it's an iterative process, and we've started, with a small team in May, and we'll slowly build on that team throughout the months leading up to a full rollout. But we have the 4 districts as it stands right now, the South, the East, the West, and of course Central, and each have an inspector that are attached to those districts. And for the most part, they have 5 or 6, depending on the district, councillors that are part of their district and their responsibility. Obviously, the councillors, there's many stakeholders, but the councillors are obviously a key stakeholder in each district and each ward. And it's their responsibility to connect with those councillors, build a relationship with the councillors, understand what the issues are in their specific ward. And again, as we've said, the issues in Richmond are far different than Vanier, than they are in Barrhaven, than they are in Orleans. And we want to make sure that we capture those priorities and apply an effort to address them. And that when Councillor Hill mentions Inspector Lemieux, she's the South District Commander, and we look forward to those communications. And I want to hear about them, in particularly from the inspectors as well too, that they're engaged with all the councillors and are addressing these issues. And it's difficult to hear some of these delegations because I don't dismiss any of them, and I'm listening to all of them, but it sure does just yell at in the room, if you will, that there's such a demand for our presence in so many different areas, in so many different topics, be it traffic, be it the vulnerable population, be it theft, be it fraud, not even talking about demonstrations. There's just so much that is needed, and it pains me that we really, to be quite frank, can't deliver on all of these things. And that's why it's about prioritizing what we can do. And it's why we have hotspots to focus on certain areas. There's many other areas, as I said to the one delegate, that we could go to, but we have to focus on these particular areas. So this is district policing, and they're to your question. I'm going off here a little bit, but these district inspectors are key communicators for the councillors, so we can understand what's going on in those particular wards, and we can apply that priority process to address what we can in those wards.
Thank you, Chief. I think